I wanted to show you on Google Maps where I went to go looking for Sasquatch. This is in the city of Savannah. Oh gosh, that's pretty good. And Savannah isn't very big. And it's full of water and full of woods that surround the water. This is where I stay down here. There's right here is Arthur Circle, and then actually one of the largest kind of city parks in Savannah is this Lake Meyer Park. And Lake Meyer Park has got this walking trail around it. And I parked right here and walked in here. But the reason why I walked over there because it was really easy to get access to it. It's a real pretty walk. And you can see that there's water comes along here and goes all the way over to there, and there's this a big chunk of woods. This is a municipal soccer fields and what do you call it? These are soccer fields up here, but it's all surrounded by this woods with waterway. It ends up going to this, going back out to the ocean there. So I'm thinking, well, if I was a Sasquatch, what would I gotta do? You know, if I was here, in these woods here, then I could see the kids playing. I could see the kids playing up here. And I could see the people walking there, and there's plenty of ducks and stuff to eat, and so I thought I'd give it a shot, and pretty much found all kind of pretty much found all kind of Sasquatch signs. And I really I only went right around here, this area right here. As far as I went some over here. But they're there, no question about it. Right there in the city of Savannah. So, came here the other day, this park, to make a video. And I walked along, and I happened to notice this tree break There's a tree right here's a break right there. Been a while because all the leaves are dead. But if you look right up there, you can see where it broke off of. And yet, the tree broke. It's still kind of hanging upside down. I thought, oh, that looks a little bit like a Sasquatch. And I looked over here and I saw this branch right there just hanging there by one little part. And then this other little branch right here just hanging like it's tied on or something. I'm thinking, okay, maybe that's Sasquatch, maybe not. Then this is on the other side of the tree. It has a tree break, and you can see the humans or Sasquatch have been down here, but the bark, see that bark? A little bit of bark there, chipped off. The bark here is chipped off. And then there's footprints down here, and then this tree over here. The bark here is chipped off. There's no definitive footprints, but humans or Sasquatch could have been here. See what else we can find. This is in Savannah. You got some primordial looking trees here. Okay, and here I am just a few feet away. There's that tree that has the tree break in it. I come down over here and I see this tree, another tree break, and if you look along here you can see that all the bark is peeled off of one side of that one limb, and that by the leaves on here, this has been done a while ago. Well, it's interesting. Maybe the people that take care of the park just threw it there, who knows, but feels like Sasquatch to me. And then here's the other thing. These are oak trees, I think. Oak tree. I'm not really sure. I think those are oak trees. Whatever they are. But they're not pine trees. So I wonder where the pine tree is with this big limb with the bark peeled off of it. Wonder where that came from. So walk on down until I find a pine tree. It's maybe 50 feet away. And there's a big giant pine tree. And there's some places where the limbs could be off of it. So that's kind of cool. This bank here is too steep to walk in. But over there, not so steep. And over there, it's not so steep. Now, this is that pine tree right here. Big, giant pine tree. And the next tree over, we got two more. And my question was, well, if this is Sasquatch, and how would I know unless maybe they gave me a sign? So here I am coming back a week later. Well, what do I see? There's this tree break, which feels like it was done for me, and it's still hanging on upside down. Matter of fact, it's still living. The leaves are still green, so this happened, you know, since the last time I was here, a week ago. There's another tree break. Again, maybe it's the maintenance people just throw the branches in here, but it's hard to tell. Well, humans have been on this side, but over here, on the other side of this little canal, is a big swath of woods. I don't think anybody goes in there. But here, it's like a little flat spot where you can see, looks like somebody's been in here bathing or something. This is the other side of this little strip of woods. Goes way back. So yesterday I was over on the other side there, and I was showing you some possible tree breaks. And I found, you know, some what I thought was confirmation. But today I'm on this side of this little canal. Because the tree breaks to me represent a path or a location. Especially the ones that are living, that have just been broken and the leaves aren't all dead. That means it's like a message. Okay, on the other side there was a fresh tree break where the leaves are still alive. That's what I see here. This is down in there. Still alive. So that lets me think I'm going to go in here, see what's around. Yeah. Well, it opens up inside. Nice big tree. This is interesting. Looks like somebody chewed on this like a beaver or something. And this. But then if you look over here, that same kind of leaf is like a little trail there. All these things were broken from a bush over there, brought over here. And you have this guy. These things were brought here. And then, look at this. To me, this is a classic glyph. That's an upside down Y with this little branch here balanced on it, and it's suspended in air. The reason why it's suspended in air is because it's entangled with this palmetto bush, this palmetto leaf. And you can see it over here that it's been tied on there. So I'm going to take this. It's pointing in that direction. We'll go in and have a look around. Just a few feet in, I see this little, this was a tree right here that got pushed over. Been there for a long time. It's facing that way. And then there's this guy, which looks like it was part of that tree, rested on here with this branch that's all, the branch is kind of twisted. So, go back this way. This would be a pretty nice place for Sasquatch to hang out. With a Sasquatch. It's not really about proof, it's about a feeling. And here, another very unusual tree. If you look at it, it's broken that way, and the way it fell is, it fell behind here, through here, up here, and then this is twisted with this branch wedged into that tree, and this one on this side. And if you look at it right here, if you can see this scrape right here, that's fairly new because this tree is still living. The whole thing's suspended. Here it is. There. So to me, that woven into 1, 2, 3 trees, 4 trees, with all the branches, pretty classic Sasquatchy signs. Another little clearing 20 yards away. It's like a really nice place for Sasquatch to hang out, humans. Love these tall trees. But what would I see here? Oh, I see a tree over there. That tree right there. I'm going to go look at that. if it was pushed over, what's going on with it. This is just a random tree. It doesn't really belong here. This tree was carried in a long time ago. There's no stump. That goes way over there. But it looks like a good place to hang out. Random stuff, but you don't see where the actual tree came from. So that was carried in there. And this guy right here, that branch is also, this just goes out to there. That was also carried in here. And over there, another tree that was carried in. There's no stump in the ground. But I see another big tree over there. Then what do we have here? This guy here. So what do you have? And just remember, this is Savannah, Georgia. This guy here is balanced on top of this palmetto. Then if you look at it, right, it goes to this dead tree right here that's bent over. That tree there. You get a better picture of it. And the whole thing is resting on here. And on that tree, this tree, and it's floating. So this whole branch right here is woven between this dead branch, that dead branch, this one, and it goes all the way over to that palmetto. You know, here's another branch right there. All this litter stuff. Don't know where that came from. But definitely seems like activity. I'm going to go follow this tree right here, which is dead and has fallen over. I'm going to go back and look at the bottom of it. Okay, this is the end of that tree. There's a little canal, little drainage ditch there. Drainage ditch goes over to there. But this tree is gigantic. I mean, you know, beyond humans' ability to carry. And if it fell, it would have to fall from over there somewhere, and there's no stump. So this giant tree, with the bark all smooth here, this bark was all peeled off. Goes way back there. So how it got carried in here, I don't know. Woven between this tree here, goes on out and becomes part of this. So it's holding up that floating structure there, that floating, you know, thing. So to me, there's no question about Sasquatch living here. And for those people who want to know, they're letting you know. Okay, so this is that. This is that one. It's just leaning up. It's sort of like a signpost to go to, goes up in that palmetto. And it's, don't know what it is, but if you look up there, it's actually woven in right there. Have all these other old tree breaks, old fallen limbs, but if you look, this nice area over here, and you can see this right here kind of blocks the this big branch right here, big tree kind of blocks the pathway here from over there. And then this is new. This right here, if you can see these leaves haven't fallen off yet. So there's a big giant branch there that's relatively new. So much stuff. There's another one carried there. So there's could be stuff falling off the trees, but why is it in such a pattern like this? Then I see this, which is a small tree that's bent over. And right on the top of that tree is a branch that's suspended in midair. And another branch over there is suspended in midair. And that's also new because the leaves are still on it. And then this little, I don't know what that is, makes like a loop, goes around there, then back up into there. And the whole thing is not touching the ground. Here's another piece. This is another piece just independent, sitting on top of it. So this whole thing is poked up there. Spider was on it.